There we go. We're live.
No one.
Intro was from no, it was for me. So that's when I know that we started. So. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pop Culture Podcast for October 7th, 2021. We've got quite a show here today. Sebastian Stein is back with us, the writer and star of African Kung Fu. Now, look at us! Don't we look good? No, we look like a 1986 magazine ad for Benetton. How's everybody doing today? Sebastian, how are you doing?
Good, but it was a really big problem because we had a big earthquake yesterday.
Yeah, you said that.
The train stopped, so I almost didn't make it, but thank God we made it.
Yeah, how many people did you say that affected? Because it stopped the train service in Japan, and that's a pretty big,
I was just
big
in
deal.
Machida train station. There were like 10 million people. It was crazy. Well, they were like lining up for hours and hours. Not even taxis, nothing.
Are people in Japan a little extra nervous about earthquakes since, we dropped the bombs?
If there's a big earthquake, nobody cares anymore. It's like, oh, okay, another earthquake.
Oh, we absorbed 2 bombs already. An earthquake ain't doing nothing.
Absorbed 2 bombs.
It's really not a big deal anymore, especially after the 2011 earthquake, which was huge.
That was huge. Yeah, that was scary for us.
Everything else against that is nothing.
Yeah, that was scary for America. We felt that. That one.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Like I said, we live in Wisconsin, and we don't get earthquakes. We don't get typhoons. We don't get hurricanes. We don't get anything. We get cows shitting in fields. That's all we get.
It's also good.
Yeah. So I don't know.
My friend here is Tojo, by the way, from the movie.
Yeah, Tojo. Thank you. Tojo doesn't speak any English. Sebastian.
No, but I can translate whatever you ask.
Yeah, we have. Well, Tom and I are in America. Tojo and Sebastian are over in Japan, and the rest of our guests here are in Africa. So this is it's a global show today. Very excited. Thank God for technology when it works. Speaking of that, we probably will drop some of the African connections just because our connections are pretty spotty. So expect that. Come back in if you guys drop out. That's not a problem. I want to start. Why don't we just introduce each other? Sebastian is the writer and the star. Tojo is the co-star.
Sorry, can I interject quickly? The star is Jack Eniadine, who is on standby right now.
Oh, okay.
He's the hero of the show. We are just the bad guys.
Okay. All right. Well, I stand corrected then. Why don't we toss it over to Isaac? Isaac, what do you do on the film?
School.
Yep. Yeah, we do have quite a delay going on too. So we'll pass it over to Amanda. Amanda, are you an actress in the film?
Is Amanda big sexy you were telling me about?
She was, yeah. She changed her name. A little upset, but that's all right.
Okay. Well, we'll just go down to
connections are really spotty. What is the film? Sebastian, why don't you explain what the film is about? Let's hear the plot again. I know we're going to ask you some of the same questions that we did last time, but
yeah, no worries. Oh, maybe Ninja Man can explain, or Daniel.
Now, Ninja Man, you've been on the show before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
He was one of our first Ghanaian guests that we had on. Ninja Man, what's this film about?
Is that? The network is very low, so I can't hear you. Your voice is at the back, at far. I can't hear you.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to put it in the private chat.
There we go.
Maybe Daniel can explain as well. His connection seems better.
Yeah. Daniel, can you explain the plot of the film?
Hello?
Hey, Daniel. What is African Kung Fu Nazis about?
African Kung Fu Nazis. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. African Kung Fu Nazis. Yeah, it's a Japanese, Chinese, African style of movie made in Ghana.
China.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Ghana. And Daniel, they want to know what the movie is about.
Oh, okay. The movie is actually about the almighty Hitler, Adolf Hitler. After the war, the Second World War, it is known that Hitler and Toyo died. But in our movie, they rather came to Africa and then located Ghana, found a part of Ghana, and then build their armies. They tried to conquer the country, which we didn't let them. With our special trained kung fu karate style from our um, our fighters, which Andrew Scorpion is the leader. They help us defeat the whites and took them back to their, where they came from, and we led. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question about the kung fu you guys use. Now, you learned it basically from Hollywood. A lot of people with the kung fu, correct? For African kung fu.
Actually, most of the characters said they learned it from Hollywood movies, but at our end, we practically did it through our director, which is Director Ninja. He helped and support with the training and the skills. Everything was done down here. We didn't actually have to imitate anything from the white because he was there to direct everyone, including Boom Boom King, Sebastian, and Tujo as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely good to have a director that has experience in what they're directing, like a hands-on personal experience. Yeah, here's Ninja Man back. Ninja Man was the director, right?
Yes, please. Ninja Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ninja Man. What kind of martial arts background do you have that helped you direct this film?
All right, let's just ask the question everyone's wanting to know. Scorpion, you own a shirt.
Is that a photograph? Is that a video? Oh, he's moving. Okay.
He's moving. We had Scorpion on before.
We did have Scorpion on, yeah.
Yeah, he knows my girlfriend is watching, so he took his shirt off right away.
All right, so I got to ask, every time I tell this movie to somebody, I introduce this movie to somebody and I say, okay, so there's German dudes living in Japan. He decides he wants to make a movie about Chinese Kung Fu in Africa. And they're like, I got to see that movie and I got to know that story. So, and you made a documentary about the film too. That's actually, the documentary is longer than the feature itself. I thought that was really interesting. Where did this film come to light, Sebastian? How did you think of this crazy story, and why hasn't it been made before? Because it's kind of perfect for a movie.
Wow, that's a good question. I really that was a hangover idea. Really, I mean, you probably know yourself when you have a hangover, you just feel horrible, and then lots of strange ideas come to your head. And I had a really bad hangover once, and I don't know why these three words came into my head. But they just came into my head, and I thought, oh, that's a funny title. Somebody should have made a movie about it. But nobody did so far. I thought, maybe that's a good chance. But, of course, when I thought about it, I never thought that this would actually ever be a movie. But, now here we are.
Tom, did you get a chance to watch the screener yet? Tom, can you hear me?
What was the exact concoction of hangover for like writing fuel?
That's a good question.
Is a question for us?
Tom, what was your question? Oh, we're having all kinds of audio issues tonight. I think
Oh, Tom is gone.
Tom's gone. Yeah, he'll be back. I think what he was asking you about, what do you drink for that? Hey, to get that hangover. That'll give you that kind of an idea.
Mainly shochu. Shochu is like it's like Japanese vodka, but it's only 25%, and yeah, usually it doesn't give you that much of a hangover, but this day it did for some reason. I probably had too much of it, but
That'll do
it's
it.
very easy to drink. We usually mix it these days with pineapple juice, which is very dangerous because it's very easy to drink. By the way, it's 9 a.m. here right now.
That's right. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock here by us.
We are working on part 2. That's why.
You're writing part 2, Mecha, the one they well, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but you were talking about it last time. You wanted a big robot Hitler.
Yeah.
Is that going to be the plan? Because I really want to see that.
It's still going to be the plan, and also because I was inspired, because I also always like Godzilla movies a lot. But I watched the last King Kong versus Godzilla, which I was very disappointed by the way.
Yeah,
You know?
well, a lot of fans were.
It looked like a PlayStation game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And so I think we have to make something like that happen. But of course, mixed with Kung Fu and Nazis as well.
Of course, absolutely. You know, can you parody Godzilla? Like, if you put a parody Godzilla in your film, would that be okay over in Japan, or is that?
No, we have to. I mean, I don't want to use Godzilla. I want to use more underground characters like Jet Jaguar or Megalon, which probably only the freaks would know. And we're gonna use He-Man as well. He-Man is gonna be one of the monsters, but he's gonna be Z-Man, and we're gonna mix it up a little bit. And I already know that Jack will be the hero until he will turn into a monster at some point. Then he will be Z-Man, but then it will be the guy who played Goering, Taylor, with a He-Man.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, the kind of humor kind of reminds me of Kung Fury. Did you ever see the short Kung Fury?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
it's similar but different.
Yeah, it is. It's similar. It's like the things that guy did on a green screen, that was incredible.
Yeah, exactly. But we want to use almost no green screen at all. We want to use as much, like they did in the 70s, like little models and stuff like that.
That's awesome. I want to see that. I hope you submit that to the festival. Or you did submit to the Milwaukee Twisted Dreams Film Festival.
That's the film now, but the next movie we're gonna plan to do in next year.
Oh wow! Okay.
I just have to come up with the script, but that's why I'm drinking a lot these days. So
nice. Well, our festival runs October 14th through the 16th. So if you're looking for a world premiere, I got a big screen for you.
Oh, that would be great. But I doubt it will be done by that time. If it takes as long time as the African Kung Fu Nazis. That took like 3 or 2 years to make.
Oh, wow. Well, we're over October now. So whenever you get it done, let me know, and we'll go to the festival. But,
Thank you.
Big Mecha Hitler. Why didn't anybody think of that either? That's such a good idea.
A Mecha Hitler.
Yeah, big Mecha, like Mecha Godzilla.
That's such a good idea.
Hitler versus King Kong.
Yeah, I was a little bit on the how shall we call him, Adolf Robotla or Mecha Hitler. So it's not out yet.
I don't know what would be better. What's a good Mecha Hitler name, Tom?
Oh, geez, let's see.
You're about 5,000.
That's pretty good too.
I'll come up with one, but
yeah,
I think it's Adonko time for us, by the way. Adonko Bites for us, by the way.
There you go. I got
Adonko Bites.
Yeah.
Your favorite.
Producer man, do you have some Adonko Bites?
I think I emptied my bottle
Already.
already.
Yeah, I don't have some here.
This is 42%. The producer man, he already emptied his bottle. It's like the same as when we were shooting. He always empties it.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
That's serious. Don't forget we share. Sharing is scary, right?
Because this is the official sponsor of African Kung Fu Nazis.
Yeah, of course.
What is that?
That is very good liquor.
Yeah.
Very good liquor? What kind?
It's it's like Jägermeister, but not sweet at all. Jägermeister without sugar, basically.
Okay. So worse Jägermeister.
Come back. Bye.
We have
Bye.
a Bud Light seltzer.
Kampai.
It's like grapefruit. My wife shot.
My wife.
This guy's drinking unsweetened Jägermeister, and you bust out a White Claw like product.
I'm bye.
懐かしいね。
懐かしいね。
これ毎日飲まないといけないんだよ。
Told us that said that brings back memories, and we should drink it every day. But unfortunately, we tried to import Adonko on a big scale to Japan, but unfortunately, the ingredients are not allowed in Japan. So,
Oh my God.
so
Absinthe here in America, you can't.
but some crazy fan from
い
Japan.
や、でも、
Eh?
お前元気出るんだよ。
So you gotta be very fit, lively once you drink that. But
Do you
this bottle
think
we got
it's-
from a fan in Japan who imported it himself from America, by the way.
Oh, really?
Do you think it's safe?
Yeah.
Not blind so far.
It's like
By the amounts you drank, producer man should be blind already if it's.
I should be blind because I drink it every day. Almost every day. Yeah. Almost every day.
Almost every day.
Almost every day.
Oh, Ninja Man is back.
Almost every day you take.
いいね。もううまいね。
ね、うまいね。
飲んだね。元気出るね。
元気出る。
Sebastian, where did you find all these people?
I mean, Producer Man and Ninja Man are found on Facebook, right? It was Facebook. I contacted you
Yeah.
guys. And the rest of the crew, like Amanda's, Jack and Scorpion, they are stars in Ghana. So Ninja Man and Producer Man, they were working with them for a long time. So they introduced me to them, basically. We had a big audition, and then we were all introduced to each other.
Yeah, before we knew Scorpion, we had no idea that he was as big as he is in Africa. He's like the African Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I just uploaded a video on our YouTube channel, and there you can see when Scorpion and Goering Taylor, if they walk down the street, you will have like kids running after them saying "Scorpion, Scorpion," and actually Amanda too, I think, right?
Yeah.
Amanda, I believe, played Sindel in a Mortal Kombat movie.
There you
if I
go.
remember.
Yeah.
Hello, Amanda, Jack, can you hear us?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. But yeah, that's true. Basically, much of the cat. Oh, there you are.
Yep.
No, there might just
One
be.
is a bit of action. Cinder.
Yes, that's where I remember her from.
Bernie.
Yeah.
Come back. Come back.
Come by.
Not ready. Good dog.
Hey.
Yes.
So we saw that Vice did a documentary about this movie. How was that making it?
Oh yeah, that's basically how it all started. Because you know, after working for Vice Japan for a long time, still working for them, and that was the whole thing. They kind of like I pitched to them to make a documentary about making a movie in Ghana, and obviously when I told them which kind of movie, I thought no way they would ever approve of anything like that, especially now because Vice has become so politically correct. But that was before that time, actually. But I thought, you know, I don't even have to mention it. But back then, every Tuesday, we had kind of like a pitch meeting where you could pitch new stories to your boss and things like that. So at the very end of the pitch meeting, when everyone else already left the room, I said, "Oh, boss, sorry, I have one more idea for a story. So how about we make a documentary about making a movie in Africa?" And he said, yeah, Sebastian, sounds kind of interesting. So which kind of movie you're thinking about? And then I said, should I say that? I said, it's called African Kung Fu Nazis. Boss. And he said, oh, okay, that's great. Let's do it. And that's basically how it all started. So they paid our plane tickets, and and then it was a go, basically.
Was that happening as the movie was being made, or was that after the fact? Yeah.
Parallelly. That's why, for example, I tried not to I put in more Tojo scenes than Hitler scenes, for example, because I was also in charge of the documentary. So I couldn't be on set for the movie all of the time, basically. So that's why I, cut a lot of the Hitler scenes and put more Tojo in. And also that's why Hitler scene, for example, the last scene is not a fighting scene, but okay, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but the last scene is not a fighting scene, but a shooting scene, because I didn't have time for, learning too much choreography from Ninja Man. And that's why it's kind of like the Indiana Jones, everybody knows that story, right? When Indiana Jones was sick, and there was the story where this guy with the knives, he comes out and just shoots him. That was because Indiana Jones was sick. And I remember that, and that's why I thought, okay, so last scene is going to be a shooting scene.
That works.
Okay. Well, how do you have the wherewithal to know this movie's going to be successful? We better make a making of while it's happening.
Oh, no, actually it was the other way around. The main thing was the documentary. We always thought, the movie, we can't know what's going to happen to it. And since I was working for Vice, it was, I was getting a monthly salary back then from Vice, not anymore, but back then. And then I thought, it's mainly about the documentary, not the movie. But in the end, it turned out that the movie was much more popular than a documentary. I think not many people have seen a documentary yet, but the movie just turned out much, much better than we ever hoped it would be, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, it was kind of like when I wrote the script, I never wrote a script in my life before. So I thought, it was more like an experiment, if you would say that.
I thought you did a good job. I mean, for first-time writer, first-time filmmaker, I thought you did a good job. I think you surrounded yourself with the talented people that you need to make it. But I liked it. I liked the script. The script was really good.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, but it would not have been possible with all the, with the director Ninja Man, producer Man, and all the stars from Ghana, man. They just blew our minds. They were so good. All of them were so good. So that's why it turned out so well. Actually, the script was kind of crap, I thought.
It was okay. It was okay. I would have touched it up here and there, but I thought it was a really good, solid script, especially for a first-time screenwriter. It was good.
Thanks. Part 2 will be better.
Yeah, for sure. So we've had a lot of filmmakers from Ghana on the show, and the one thing that they all say is that the film union in Ghana is horrible. It sucks. It needs to be reworked. Like, it's just no good. Did you have any problems with them over there?
No, I mean, of course there were problems, but that was to be expected, But they were all very professional, and it was. I didn't have any problems. I just thought everything worked better than we thought, to be honest.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. And that was shot well before the pandemic, right?
Yeah, that was shot in 2018, actually.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's plenty of time. Have you filmed anything during the pandemic? I know you said you work for Vice. What's kind of the filmmaking community doing in Japan?
In Japan, nobody cares. Japan went on as usual, basically. And because I think they wanted to play it down to make the Olympics happen. So they didn't test for COVID. That's why we had so low COVID cases. Right. Only during the Olympics, the cases spiked because they started testing because they had to, because they couldn't hide it in front of the international community that they were not testing. So only during that time they were testing. So the cases spiked like sky high. But now they're miraculously down again. And anyways, before the Olympics, nobody really cared on me. My main thing before the movie was like Yakuza stuff. So I shot the Yakuza documentary, and
I saw that. Yeah, I did see that.
there's also a new one now, which is kind of cool.
Oh, is there? Okay.
And yeah, so here was basically business as usual. Only that the restaurants could only open till like 8 p.m. But some restaurants didn't care, so they just open up 24 hours anyway. So people are not that serious about it here.
Yeah, I mean, I think Japan is like they wear masks all the time, so that was no big deal. So
Yeah.
maybe
Anyways,
that helped with the numbers.
Everyone is wearing masks anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, in America, it's kind of a mess. It's not a pretty sight. What were some of the challenges that you guys had when you were making a movie? You know, you're in Africa; it's a strange land to you. Maybe it's not a strange land to you, but what was your experience like filming in Africa? What were the hardships that you faced?
I mean, the one thing I always mention is because I'm German, right? And I'm living in Japan. These are the two countries where people will always be on time. For sure.
Yeah.
But in Ghana, but it's not just in Ghana, but even if you go to Italy, you know, it will not be the case. And that was first, of course, we were thinking, oh, okay, on the first day of shooting, we were the only way on time. But, you know, you just have to adjust. You have to be flexible and open-minded, and everything will be fine. You know, at the end of the day, we were the last ones. Ninja Men always called us, Sebastian, where are you? Where are you? Yeah, we're coming. So you just have to adjust.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I really liked it. I'm gonna be a big advocate for it at the Twisted Dreams Film Festival. I'm not the only one that picks up the films, but I thought it was a really good film. Is it available for purchase on Amazon if you can't make it to any film festivals to see it? Can people?
Oh yes, it's on Amazon, available right now, and it's I mean, in Japan, it's a huge success story, by the way.
Yeah, congratulations! I saw some pictures that you posted of posters from Japanese cinemas. It looks like it open to a lot of cinemas too. How many theaters?
Yeah, it's been shown all over the country, and we have so many fans who draw mangas about us and everything. You know, especially they love Amanda. They draw so many pictures of Amanda, and it's funny, man. It's great, and they're really, you know, the Japanese are the best fans in the world because they're very obsessive if they are a fan of something. So we have people who post on Twitter every day about African Kung Fu Nazi. I thought, really, man, you like the movie more than I do. It's crazy, like here, and I never expect that. And also so we collaborate with you know, we have a distributor in Germany who has the worldwide rights called Bush Media, who put it on Amazon, you know, in many countries. And then Transformer, it's called, they bought the rights for Japan. And they are a really famous company here. I didn't even know that. They have like movies like Lighthouse, you know, which is with Hollywood movie stars, which are made for tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And then in their catalog, you have African Kung Fu Nazis for $10,000. It's funny, man. It's really, and you know, in Japan, we are in cinemas next to movies like Black Widow and things like that. And that makes me really proud.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, since once you have all these companies in there, the filmmakers don't get any kind of money. I still didn't see $1 back from them, but I don't even care anymore because, you know, the good thing is that many people see it, and I'm already thinking part 2. So if we make a part 2 now, we can maybe make like crowdfunding and stuff like that. And then maybe at some point we get to a level so we can make some money. But I'm just happy so many people love that movie, especially in Japan. I would have never expected it. I thought it would be Germany where the people would love it, but it is Japan.
Yeah, it reminds me of Uwe Boll. Are you a fan of Uwe Boll?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I talked to him a couple of times because I wanted to get him to be a judge at the film festival. Very interesting man. I don't know if you've ever met him or ever had the opportunity to talk to him, but that dude is fascinating. The way his mind works. It's these indie filmmakers like Uwe Boll that just blow my mind. So I don't know. I got to kind of went off on that tangent. Have you ever seen, you know, you've made it when you've seen a cosplayer dress as you. Have you ever seen like a teenage girl dress as your version of Hitler?
Not yet. Actually, we have some people who dress up as Ghanaians and they paint their face white.
Really?
And let's wait till Halloween, which is coming up. I'm pretty sure there will be some people who dress as Scorpion, Amanda, or Jack. And that would be, I mean, maybe you even make a contest about that, but not sure.
That would be fun, yeah. Yeah, that would be really good. Would it be racist if I dressed up as a Ghanaian? I don't know.
No, it's
More
not,
white
because
face?
it's the other way around. It's switched. So it can't be racist.
I don't know. That's a very concerning thing here. You don't want to. You got to be afraid of being labeled something nowadays. So,
yeah, thank God here people are still more open-minded and they just see jokes and fun as fun.
Yeah. Well, not here in America.
No.
Yeah. So, Tojo. I was going to ask Tojo a little bit about his character. What made him decide to play this well-known person in history?
トジさん、なんで登場の役になりましたか？
まあセバスチャンのために。
まあいつもは何でも嫌だから一つの。
まあまあそうですね。そういうことか。
はいはい。
まあ仕事だから。
はい。So, you know, I know this guy from actually another show I produced. It was like Vice. It was called Vice Versus, Punk versus Hip Hop, and there was like an MMA show where we had like punk rockers, but not MMA fighters, just normal people. Punk rockers fight rappers in a MMA cage in an MMA match, and he was one of the punk rockers who participated, and he got knocked out. He got knocked out in the first round, and since then we became good friends. And when I wrote the script, I thought, okay, for Tojo, there's only one option, and that's him. And also because I didn't want to go alone, so I wanted to go with a friend of mine. Yeah. So that's the main thing. And for him, it's basically just same as Vice Versa. There was just he's a handyman in real life, so that's just one of my jobs. So playing Tojo is just one of my jobs, basically.
It's like a real life Mr. Miyagi.
Basically, yeah.
But I tell him I rewound and slow-mode him getting knocked out in that documentary about 10 times because it was awesome.
多分バイスバーサス見たらしいね。
あ、見た。
だからリワインドして何回でも見たんだよ。
おー、出た。ナイス KO だよね。
Yeah, I gotta ask, is that manga on the wall behind you, Sebastian?
Oh, that's Tojo's home.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all mangas.
Wow.
Yeah, very nice. We have people that collect DVDs, like people collect manga like that.
So what role did Amanda play? We haven't really heard much from her. You might have to answer for her there, Sebastian.
Amanda, are you there? Amanda. Actually, that's because I'm talking all the time. Maybe whoever's connection is good. I think Daniel's connection seems to be good. Maybe he can answer that question.
Yeah, Amanda was the only female fighter in the movie, and she actually stood up to defend the females. I mean, ability. You know, initially people didn't believe a woman like Amanda could fit in such a competition. And if you really watch the movie at her point, I mean, her first fight, everyone thought she was going to be knocked out, but she actually stood and then defended the title and won the fight in a special way. Yeah. So for Amanda, even in Ghana here, a lot of people are really wild about her character, and it's not her first time doing so. So we actually love her for what she do. She's very good in what she do. Almost all the best action scenes that you see in Ghana here, she's usually our female, fighter.
Wow, that's high praise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely is very cool. I remember her from watching Scorpion's Mortal Kombat movie, and I liked her in that one.
Yeah, she's very good.
Ooh.
Yeah, what were some of the challenges that you guys as actors and stuntmen faced during this film?
Yeah, please, the question again.
What kind of difficulties did you guys have going through making this film?
Okay. Like Sebastian was saying, we actually encountered difficulties in the time with our time, because the timing in Ghana here is kind of people don't take things seriously like they should be. Yeah, of course. That's how I should say it, because it's very common to witness it yourself if you are here. So I won't have to say something else, which you come and see something different instead. Usually you'll be expecting characters on set on time, which they will give you excuses on for their own reasons. Yeah, I know there will be a reason for anything, but still they will give you another reason for not being able to show up. You understand? And that was costing us money, because whenever we encounter a delay, it cost money. Yeah, that was the challenges we were actually facing on set. And also on our set, we had almost like more than 50 people were on the set, because apart from the characters who were supposed to be on set, additional people came up, which we really didn't have no idea, because anyone who hears about African Kung Fu nurses will want to come and witness the set. And I'll tell you that almost every filmmaker in Ghana here, especially in Kumasi, try to witness the African Kung Fu, the making of African Kung Fu nurses. So we actually met different people we never called on set. And even during set on our location as well, you see people will be meeting their families on the set, because others were not even going home. People will be calling their even lovers to come and see them, on the set of African Kung Fu nurses. Yeah, so I think that was another challenging part of it, because whoever shows up on the set, you have to feed them. So, and they were not in the budget, so that rose up an unexpected budget.
What's the filmmaking community like in Ghana? Like in our local film community, if somebody needs help with a shoot, or somebody needs assistance, somebody's willing to help out. Is the community there of filmmakers pretty tight, or is it all kind of everybody's in it for themselves?
Okay, everyone in Ghana here, the filmmaking community actually, we have a brand name called Gollywood, just like Hollywood.
Yeah.
We have Gollywood, and then if you come to Kumasi, we also frame our drama and local, productions as Kumawood. And then with our way of production, usually producers try to do their own movies to put their names on it, and whoever make any short film will want to call it a full production. So usually the big productions in Ghana here are actually not doing anything to make the competition tighter for anyone who step out as a new production. So it makes working in Ghana here kind of you just have to come up with your new ideas to be special, because however it is, people are just making it all the time. Whether it's fruitful or not, we are just making movies. What we do is movie making. So
right.
That is
This question is for Sebastian. Sebastian, it seems like there's a lot of people that are knowledgeable that want to work in Ghana. Why don't Hollywood studios make more films there, or films in general? Why doesn't anybody go there?
I don't know, because probably they don't know, I think. And I think also because they're not able to adjust. Because, of course, if you go into another country, you have to adjust to their ways a little bit. And for example, if you have the time thing going on, you have to be able to adjust. But I'm not really a pro either making movies. I mean, I've been making documentaries, but not movies that much. But I knew that before I came in. I calculated that in. So I have a production schedule, but probably it will take longer because there are unknown problems that might happen. But still, it will be much, much cheaper than produce it anywhere else. So I don't know why anybody else came to that idea, to be honest, but I'm glad they didn't. So I do some more movies, and maybe then other people will do the same thing, hopefully. Because it is really, you have lots of great talent there. You have lots of great directors and the cameraman producers there. So it is really a gold mine you could, dig into. Also, not only, it doesn't even have to be Hollywood, it can be independent filmmakers too.
Right.
It is, if you make a movie for $100,000, I don't know, somewhere, you can make it for $20,000 in Ghana with better people, and it will look better and will be much better than what you would do when it's in your own country.
Yeah, exactly. I'm baffled why more studios don't pick up on that, because they like to pick locations where they can hire a local crew, they can hire local actors, they don't have to spend a lot of money, and it would be perfect. So I don't know.
That was my aim when I made this movie.
Yeah.
To attract attention to the Ghanaian filmmakers, so other people would hopefully do the same thing that I did, because there is a real possibility there, and there are talented people there who can do the things you want to do. So why don't you go there?
Yeah, and I think your documentary is really going to help spread that message too. So that was definitely a good idea to put that together. You're a documentary filmmaker by, your origin as a documentary filmmaker. Did you find it difficult adjustment going from a documentary to a feature film?
No, not at all, because I work for Vice, and lots of it is scripted anyway, which I'm not supposed to say.
Okay.
But,
I really like Vice too.
When you make a documentary, it's basically the same. You have to say, okay, no, I need this kind of scene, so please go from there to here, and it's the same thing basically.
I'll never think of Herzog, Werner Herzog, the same anymore. Trying to think of him scripting everything out now. That ruins it.
Yeah, that's unfortunately the case, because actually I always thought when you see a documentary that looks really good, that it's basically a giveaway that it's staged. If it looks shit, it's real, because then the filmmakers didn't have time to set up and say, okay, you stand there, go from here to there. Then you just film whatever is there.
Yeah.
So basically, the documentaries that look shit are the real ones. Documentaries that look good are the fake ones.
What about the footage of UFO landings? You got me questioning those, because those are usually.
There we just had a lot of time.
Yeah, blurry Bigfoot videos are now like they're real.
Yeah, I don't know. That Patterson Gimli film looks pretty realistic, but
yeah.
Did you know that our past guest, Carl? No, you know his uncle was the guy that coined the term Bigfoot. Carl Crew, his uncle.
Carl Crew was, yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. We had a guest on that. His uncle was a big Bigfoot researcher, and he actually coined the phrase Bigfoot, and he named it. So
wow,
I didn't know that was a recent naming, but I guess it is.
Does he get like a nickel every time we say it, or what does that do?
Would imagine so. I mean, that would be only fair, right?
I owe the guy a few bucks.
Yeah, me too, probably. You guys should have a Bigfoot in your next film, like just Bigfoot mating with Hitler or something.
No, but we have a lot of pressure to put some sharks in there, because the Japanese fans, they love shark movies.
Yeah. We had a phase of that here. I'm sure those played well, like Sharknado. I bet you that was.
Yeah, but I don't think so. I think we would probably put dolphins in. Actually, okay, I can't give that away. The reason why Tojo will become a monster, which will look like Anguirus in the Godzilla movies, is because after the Hiroshima bombing, Tojo eats his favorite dolphin sushi, and then he becomes a radioactive monster. That is basically the reasoning for that.
All right, I can dig it.
So at least there's a dolphin in there, but not a shark.
No, all right. Dolphin with teeth, maybe.
I mean, they have teeth, so.
That's the fun thing about toxic waste, radioactivity. You can just say that's why this is happening and do whatever you want.
Make a 3-headed.
You don't have to explain it. Just toxic waste. Oh, that must be what happens.
Paduko.
Oh, you guys are pounding that thing.
Yeah, so you better ask the other guys because we will not be, very able to speak anymore at some point.
I meant big teeth, Molly. Molly's correcting me. Dolphins do have teeth, Chris.
Oh, she does that. She's got to be up your asser.
Oh yeah, that's actually a big thing I'm working on right now. Is did you guys see The Cove?
Yeah, I saw that.
Because I'm going there like all the time now because we did a documentary on Vice also on what's going on now and what changed since COVID. But okay, that's a different story though. So let's not waste our time with that. So I think Wexco has good connection.
All right, who haven't we got to? Good Daniel?
No, yeah. But Daniel, he's my main man, so he knows a lot.
What did Daniel do on the film?
Daniel's the producer.
He's a producer. Okay. Good Daniel is the good producer.
Yeah.
So what's a producer's job? Just tell other people what to do? Go do that? Go do that?
Actually, no. Actually, I would say I did most of the production work as a production manager as well. And then I was also more like a production driver at the same time. And then, yeah.
It sounds like a lot of titles. What did you do?
Yeah. Okay, so I organized the whole production and I took care of the finances as well. As my main man, Sebastian, said, he is an executive and I was just taking care of the money, you understand? To see to everything done well, yeah.
No, but Daniel, don't put yourself too low because you got all the locations, you got all the together with Ninja, you got all the actors.
Yeah.
Who would be right for which role? So you were main. Without you, that wouldn't have been possible, obviously.
Yeah, I think Mr. Tom said that was too much title, right?
May I add one thing? He said he was a production driver, but his car literally broke down every single day, and one day it actually exploded too.
Yeah.
Well, aren't you worried, Sebastian? You said you haven't made $1 on this movie, and you also said Good Daniel is in charge of the money.
Yeah, let's not get into that, but it's always difficult for everyone, and honestly, that's what I always tell. That's kind of like how I learned my thing. I didn't expect to make money on this one, and I always think about the future. But through this movie, I got my foot into the door because I'm a documentary filmmaker. I got my foot in the door for the movie makers, especially in Japan now. And they kind of respect me for being with a well-known company like Transformer. So that opens me completely new doors for part 2, for example. They expect me now to do part 2. So, it's your loss today is your win tomorrow. So I think even if I don't make any kind of money on part 1, I don't care at all. I think part 2, I'll be a millionaire. Yeah.
That could happen. Yeah, I mean, the biggest directors today started out not making money. John Watts, he started out making nothing. Now he's making all the Spider-Man movies.
But it's probably the Adonko talking on me.
you gotta start small. You gotta start somewhere. And I hear that from so many different independent filmmakers. Like, yeah, I'm not making any money right now. I'm fine with that. Maybe one day I'll make
You got to work for free. That's what we hear from everybody.
You do, yeah. Especially in the entertainment industry as a whole, you gotta start out working for free.
You just gotta get your name out. I think once, and once you have kind of like one success, or even half success, then it's gonna be much easier.
Yeah, I mean, there's countless filmmakers that started out making really shitty movies. You got like Roger Corman, started out really bad. No, I'm not. I didn't mean your movie. Did not mean Nazis. Present company excluded. But you got guys like Roger Corman that started out small. I'll say small. I won't say shitty because I don't know if he really made shitty movies. But he started out small, and he ended his career, king of the B movies. So start out small. And you never know where you're gonna end up. You gotta just work. You gotta do it. And I really didn't mean your film by any means.
I know. It's just a joke, man.
Yeah.
What was your biggest takeaway? What was the biggest thing that you learned making this film? It was your first feature film. What was your big lesson?
What I learned is that Ghana is a great place to make movies, and more people should do it. And you got so many talented people there, like Producer Man, Ninja Man, and all these great actors. Like it's a gold mine. I'm glad that I'm one of the first ones who is going there, so hopefully it works out for me as well. But these people deserve that more people go there and do more stuff. That's really for sure. If you're I want to make an appeal. If you're an independent filmmaker, go to Ghana. It is safe, and you will have great talent. You will have to adjust, but it is possible for sure.
How long was your shoot? How many days?
1 month. But I think if I go back there one more time with the knowledge that I have, we could do it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, Ghana's known for pumping out films quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're known for movie posters too. Did you ever have one of the Ghana artists make a movie poster for this?
Yes, we do. We did. Actually, the Japanese company Transformer, they hired, thanks to Daniel. Maybe Daniel, you tell the story.
Come on, Boom Boom, please do.
No, I'm talking all the time, man. You guys came extra on this podcast. I'm talking all the time.
I'm enjoying the conversation. Come on. So I messed up the point. That's why I wanted you to really do this.
It's about the movie poster, bro.
About the movie poster, yeah. So is it the one that the act, the one I sent to you?
Yeah, exactly.
The original poster?
That one, yeah.
The one I sent to you?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh, the painted one. Okay. So that one was done by a local artist here in Ghana here. He even surprised me, and I'm glad Sebastian and the other guy, I forgot his name, the Japanese guy. Shin, yeah. Yeah. They actually made us understand that they loved what they saw, and the guy was also very proud of what he had. So I think we are doing great. And according to Mr. Shen, he said that he didn't expect the poster to be that good, just like Sebastian, because I know Boom 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 surely love what we do, but I was actually happy to hear another person expressing the same feelings to what we did. And that was great.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look for that poster. Do the Ghana artists know how much money their posters are selling for over in America? They're in huge demand. People are collecting these movie posters that those artists are pumping out.
To be honest, no.
That's news to me too.
Oh my god! I mean, they'll sell for tens of thousands of US dollars. It's crazy. It is crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Tens of thousands.
Yeah, you can go online and there's auction sites and there's private sellers that are selling their African movie posters, and they're just.
You shouldn't have told Daniel.
Well,
he's gonna produce a lot of art for you. He's not.
I wish the artist would get that money. I mean, there's a lot. You probably buy a house in Ghana for the money that these posters are selling for.
Probably, if you have that huge sum of money, you can actually buy a house here.
Yeah. It's a shame, but yeah, it's America is just they're crazy for these movie posters. So if you know any artists that are making these movie posters over there, man, have them put them online, sell them online.
That's a great opportunity.
Yeah,
it is. I know there was one like the Terminator. I mean, they're just so over the top and crazy posters over here, and I'm sure in
Hey,
Ghana. they're, like,
Chris,
smaller.
why don't I just connect you to Danny, and then you guys can maybe,
Yeah, heck yeah,
talk about it.
heck yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'd love to talk about that. I'd love to do a show with an
All right.
artist too. Do a podcast with one of the Ghana artists. I guess that's all we have time for. Thanks so much. We didn't have as many internet network connections problems that I thought we would have, but this was a really fun chat. Thanks for coming on. African Kung Fu
thanks a lot,
Nazis. You
guys.
can catch it on Amazon. And are the DVDs available? Purchased? Do you have a website?
No, but I think it will be very soon available on AVOD. I don't even know what that is, but yeah.
Okay,
I think
video on demand. You probably purchase it on Amazon. Maybe not.
No, I don't think so. AVOD is like it's not. It's also YouTube, but it's also like
Okay.
like Apple things. I mean, the German distributor told me. I don't even know what that is.
It's probably a new streaming service like Netflix or something.
Maybe something.
Yeah, they're coming out with those a lot. But if anything changes, we'll put it on our Facebook page and put it on all of our social media. If you start selling Blu-rays or DVDs.
All right, thanks.
Check it out. It's a funny movie. It's hilarious. Thanks so much for coming on, guys. I know it's super late in Africa and still kind of early in Japan, and it's getting to be bedtime here in America. So thanks. We'll see you guys next week.